Hello everyone, and welcome to the RNG University. On tonight's episode, pre-ban Boros Chandra. I say pre-ban because we're playing the pre-ban meta, but all of these cards are ban avoided. So we finally got the real ban announcement. We got 3 ban cards: Fable, Invoke, Despair, and Bankbuster. So this deck that I wanted to try out for a while now just got incredibly diminished, I guess, destroyed, because we can't have Fable anymore, and we can't have Bankbuster anymore, and this is going to be a weird control deck in Boros without those cards. So this is not technically control, this is more of a combo deck with Chandra, and I saw someone play, and it looked very interesting. I wanted to try it out myself. So let's talk about what the deck does. Basically, we try to ramp out, get a lot of mana, and we play Chandra into Light Up the Night, does 10 damage, Chandra does an extra 10 damage, and boom! 20 damage to our opponent's face, and we win the game that way. We can do this slowly, or we can do this in a big bursty way. This is a very control-y heavy deck, but it does not control against a real control deck that has counterspell. So that's what we're kind of afraid of. Now, if you look at the whole deck list, what we have is a very removal-heavy type of style, which hopefully if our opponent's aggro, we can go against that. We have a lot of lifelink as well, so let's look at exactly what the deck does. In the early game, we have a lot of removal in Flame Blessed Bolts. These are actually not early game drops, so I'm going to move them to the side and talk about them later. In the 2-drop category, we still have 2 Abrades because Bankbuster technically is still in the meta. Once that's out, I might cut the Abrade for other card draw / burn cards. We also have 2 or 4 Sacred Fire in the 2-drop. Rather than Lightning Strike, Sacred Fire only does 2 damage when we gain 2 life, and it has a flashback to help us do that again. Now, and in 3-drop, we have 4 Union of the Third Path. No Fable here, but Union of the Third Path to help us gain life and draw cards. In the 4-drop, we have the Wandering Emperor. Thank goodness she's not banned, because otherwise this deck will not work at all. We need her for tempo, we need her for removal, we need her for a lot of things. And we also have 4 Big Score to get card draw, to get treasure tokens. Then we have 4 Sunfall to remove everything on the board. We don't really have that many creatures in the deck, so we don't care if we exile the whole board. And then we get a big Incubator token if our opponent is wide. And then we have 1 Farewell, just in case we're going against an enchantment deck. This could work well as well. You can also think about cutting an Abrade for another Farewell if you want to, if you're afraid of enchantment or artifact decks. This could work. Anyway, of course, I have 4 Chandra because this is a Chandra deck. I also thought about putting in the other Chandra Planeswalker, but she's not very good. Her only good ability for us is the +1 to get 1 mana, which, I mean, we don't need that too badly. And then we have 3 March of the Otherworldly Light and 2 Light of the Night to have some end game big swingy spells. March is also pretty good because we can copy it with Chandra and then exile 2 things with 1 play, even our opponent's turn. So the best thing about Chandra is that her passive works on both turns, on each turn. So yeah, that's going to be pretty good. And then in the land base, we're pretty standard. We have 5 plains, 1 Eiganjo, 5 mountains, 1 Sokenzan. Sokenzan doesn't do much, but might as well add it into a 2-color deck. We have 4 Battlefield Forge, 4 Sundown Pass, and 4 Windscar Crag. That's the whole deck. If you face a lot of aggro, I would also suggest cutting some of these cards. Putting an Archangel Wrath. That could help you against aggro immensely. But I think the Union might work well enough now. The card draw is a little bit lacking still to my standard. All we have is Union and Big Score, but hopefully we can stall long enough that the deck is not just kind of getting beat up left and right. But again, we're in the very immediate ban sort of meta, and that's why I'm not trying to go all crazy with a deck just to get it banned tomorrow. That's why we're going to try, play around with this deck, and hopefully we get some fun stuff coming out. Fun games coming out. We're playing against Gothica. Opponent goes first, of course. We got a March, and that's it. And a 6-drop. And we can't even play the March. So this is a mulligan hand. We got 1 Farewell, drew it. We got 2 Planeswalkers, drew both. We got 1 Sokenzan, drew it. Alright, this is a much worse hand. Okay, let's keep, we're going to put back a land. Gothica? Oh, not having Bankbuster is really hurting. Not having Fable also hurts. So those are all the card draws I was planning on for this deck. And now that they're all gone, I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with this deck. Well, apparently our opponent didn't get the memo. Just gonna Rakdos us. Bankbuster. Yep. Didn't get the memo. Well, at least we got an Abrade, so we can remove that. We have 2 Light of the Night, so we can burn one against Chandra if we really have to. But honestly, this is looking bad. Our opponent went first. We're to go down to 6. There's a Chandra. We can sacrifice this. We can't sacrifice the Chandra. Alright. Sunfall it is. We're about to take a lot of damage. Gonna go pretty low here. I might need to hold on to my Sacred Fire. Alright, opponent's pitching. He has a lot of lands, nothing really else. Okay, well, gotta toss Light of the Night. We're not gonna get that off anytime soon. Gonna go real low here. He has a 3-mana play. Maybe it's a removal against his own children. That I don't mind. Alright, I guess I'll Sunfall here. He's not going to go wide anyways. We exile the Chandra so he can't talk Enuma back. And we'll end turn so that we hold up Sacred Fire or Flame Blast Bolt. Or even March if he has a big swingy spell. He doesn't. Neither do I, so I'm guessing there's an Invoke in our future. This is a 1-1. I don't want to run a 1-1 into a cut down for no reason. Duress. What can he actually duress? My Sacred Fire? If I played the Sacred Fire right now. We gain a life. And he can take my March. Main board Duress players with their I don't care about ban, I'm just gonna play the same deck. Interesting. Come on. Alright, let's beat them with this 1-1. Ooh. Beat them with this 1-1. Come on. Graveyard Trespasser. Targeting. Targeting. Our opponent's really thinking it out. Now, the Flame Blast Bolt can help us exile that. I'm not sure if that's really necessary. He has no creature in the graveyard. He has 1 Blood Tide Harvester. I guess he might be thinking about that. We're really throwing them off with this wonky deck. But hey, at least we upgraded the Bankbuster, right? We probably would have lost without that. We're still gonna have to live after 1 Invoke, which I don't think we can, to be fair. Light up the Night, huh? That's not the right choice, but okay. Let's get more card draws. Maybe we'll get our Chandra out? No, we don't. We get a big score. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm gonna pass turn, get another land, and then we will... Would I attack here? What would attacking accomplish? This is a more of a blocker card, right? So, guess we'll main phase big score, just so that he doesn't flip the land. There's a Chandra. Alright, so what does this do? Give us 2 extra mana. 2 extra mana can't do anything, but we might get main board the rest. So it's probably better to play it. Then our Sacred Fire is useless. Ugh. We can -5. Do we get any instant or sorceries that are good on -5s? Maybe he has a Children's Edict. Well, we weren't going to win against Rakdos and their cheating deck anyways.
No more watching. It's time to do something.
Maybe it's just 3 damage. Yes. I will discard a card. And I'm going to gain a life. I don't think it matters. We still die to an Invoke. We don't die, but we're going to lose our only Chandra, which is basically dead. Oh, wow. Didn't expect that.
There's never a bad
A
time to
march?
improvise.
Until when? You may cast an instant sorcery spell from among the exile cards until the end of my next turn. So I can exile the Bloodtide Harvester until the end of my next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. I can exile that this turn. The copy will target its blood. You can sack the blood, but I'm still copying it. Alright, pitching is go for the throw. Get additional card draw. I'm gonna need all the mana I can get. And also I have Sacred Fire, which is a double Sacred Fire next turn. Not good against an Invoke. Again, I hope they're trying to play without Invoke to see what happens, because... oh boy. If we get Invoke Despaired, this will be very, very bad. Ah, there it is. Well, I'm gonna go for the damage anyways while I can. Bye-bye, Chandra. It was nice knowing you. We're gonna top deck a land, and this whole game will be over. We already exiled 2 Chandras, so yeah, top deck a land. When we need to exile things, we exile all the good cards, and when we need to draw cards, we get... oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna leave. Look at that disgusting deck with all the ban cards. No, it's not fun. Shut up. Why would you make a ban announcement and then not ban right away? You had months in the making. Well, let's try another game. That was a horrendous game because our opponent is playing an unfair game against us. Let's try again. I'm pretty sure every opponent is going to play an unfair game. No one's going to actually ban cards from their deck unless, you know, Wizards force them to. Oh, look at that. I've never read this line before. We only have 2 lands, but we have 2 Chandra. I'm going to keep. It's a bad hand to keep, but, you know, every hand is a bad hand to keep, honestly. Am I still playing Standard? I mean, I guess, with the Swiftwater Cliff here, but... is it? That is wonky. I was not expecting an Izzet deck. But then again, I don't think this deck is very good against Izzet. I don't have any Temple Place. My Chandra will definitely get countered, and then what? So I have to kind of trick him into tapping out, and then play a Chandra. The best thing about Chandra is that when you play her, you get 2 extra mana to play a small spell. Oh, opponent is the rope kind of player. Robzilla. Is someone robbing him right now? They're robbing us of our time. Hello, Robzilla. Would you like to play the game? Or would you like to rope? I guess he's not even looking at his cards, so... Maybe he got stuck on the toilet and, you know, accidentally flushed his phone down the toilet so he can't play anymore. That could happen. Hey, Robzilla, will you tell me what you're doing? Okay. Guess that's what you're doing. Forge. I guess it'll just blow up. This is what happened when you play Is It. I've never seen it. Is It Gamer. It's not in the standard anymore. Once Auron's Epiphany and that dragon, was it the Ghostman dragon got rotated out? No one plays Is It. Everyone plays Rakdos. Everyone plays Grixis. But not Is It. And every time I try it, this is kind of the things that happen to me. Draw 2 lands, makes you want to quit life. Sometimes I draw 2 lands with a Bankbuster. I use the Bankbuster 3 times and then draw no lands. Woo, dragon. I guess we're just gonna have him explode at the end of this turn. That was a quick win. Quick as in the game actually didn't last that long, but slow because it's very drawn out to watch people rope. Arena doesn't have this where, like, if people rope 1 turn, the next turn just immediately rope. I think Hearthstone had that. That was a lot better of a rope system. Oh, they're not dead. Well, they discarded the land, so they're definitely not here. I have to wait for 3 ropes? What? I thought it was 2 rope. Well, Arena's making the game worse actively. So, for some reason. And there's not enough things to click on for fun. This does not fall off. This kind of just dangles a little. Opponent's face doesn't fall off. We got emotes. Alright, let's talk about emotes. I like to say this as a hello. This is whenever I make a mistake, like an oops move. This is whenever an opponent makes an oops move, or just makes a bad calculated play at any point. This is when our opponent's trying to BM us, and we just say, and then leave. And then this is when we GG because our opponent's not here. And then this is our default that you cannot take out. It's annoying. I wish I can remove these defaults so that this will be my default, but I gotta scroll every time, and sometimes I forget, you know? You can also add 5 more. Oh, there it is. Finally. You can also add 5 more emotes, but who has the money for more emotes? Yeah, that was not fun. Our opponent wasn't even here. He played 2 lands and then decided to throw his iPad out the window. Maybe he thought that was a 3rd land. Maybe he thought he had to play the land by, Yu-Gi-Oh style, throwing it out the window. We're playing against Low Fear. Alright. Hey, look, opponent goes first. What does this text actually mean? I don't actually know what this means. Isn't this game just our opponent goes and then we go and our opponent goes? Isn't that how the game goes? Alright, we got 1 Flame Blessed Bolt. That's not a good enough keep for opening hand, but we do have an Emperor into 2 Sunfall, so if our opponent's a little bit slower, we got no problem. Sundown Pass. If our opponent is fast at all, we'll probably get overrun, but, 2 blanks. Doesn't, okay. I was gonna say, it doesn't look like it, but then an Intrepid Adversary. That is a different card. Well, let's see. Maybe there's a Thalia coming. Otherwise, I'm Flame Blessed Bolting the Adversary. I'll take the 3. It's not insane damage. This deck has a lot of life gain. If you control another human, draw a card. Yeah, but what if you don't? Yeah, what if you don't? Well, no turn 3 play. We drew either a 4-drop or a land, so... Plaza of Heroes. That's interesting. He's gonna also have no 4-drop? Wow, okay, well, I guess we're playing the same type of game. Look, I also don't have a 4-drop. Would you like the Wandering Emperor me? Yes, you would.
Anyone who harms
If he
my
pluses,
people
I
must
will exile
contend
it.
with
He does
me.
not plus.
Let your blade do the talking.
Let your blade do the talking. He does plus here. Which, I mean...
Remember your training.
I guess that's something. Yeah, well, I might as well do it. He's not legendary right now. I can exile it and gain some life.
Now you've done it. That's coming off. You are not much of a roadblock.
Hopeful Initiate. Wanna go wide? He doesn't go wide enough. That's unfortunate. I wanted him to go wider. Well, let's see. I can make a 2-2, but Hopeful Initiate will grow. Do I care about it growing, though? You know what? I'm gonna Sunfall first. Submit 0. I have another Sunfall. I don't need to tempo out to I have a creature on board right now. Adeline. Look, nothing. Samurai.
May your blade strike true.
Okay, so I can make a 2-2. Oh, yeah, I can make a 2-2. I attack. He blocks with a 2-4. Would that be a good play, though? Make a 2-2, attack. I don't think he will block, though. Would he block? Ooh, that's a good question, huh? Well, I'm not that afraid of the Adeline, really. Because I can still block for my Emperor. So let's make a 2-2 first.
We must
Gain some life.
protect the people.
And we'll end turn. We have a Union to draw. And then we have this to block for 2 creatures. If that's what he's doing. He wants to protect the Adeline with the Plaza, but the Sunfall will answer that. Brutal Cathar. Okay. He really wants to kill the Emperor. We'll let him do it. If he kills the Emperor. If he attacks the Emperor, that is. Alright, it's on 3.
Strike fast and strike hard.
So... No, this is something we have to do. Maybe I'll even pitch the Eiganjo. Where does he attack? That extra 1/1 attack is important. Because I can actually protect the Emperor. Okay, he does double attack the Emperor, so I can... Can I double protect it? I cannot. So, we'll let it go.
Our swords will cross again.
Do I want extra mana? I do want extra mana, and I don't really need the Union, right? So, Eiganjo might help against an attacker. Blink Bless Bolt. Very important card. Alright, so we'll Sunfall first. Sunfall first. Do we Eiganjo? I guess we need to tempo out the lands every turn.
Always glad to meet my match.
If he makes a Samurai, I don't care about it, and it's minus. If he pluses, in response, I can Flame Blast Bolt. So if he plays any creature, I can in response Flame Blast Bolts. Oh, look at that. I can Flame Blast Bolt that in response. Die. Hey. Goodbye. Mono white. No match against our tempo. And see, he kills it himself. Perfect.
Guards,
Alright,
to me.
let's Chandra. We can +2. Do I want to exile this for +2? I don't need to do that right now, right? This can exile on his turn. So, I can +2. Let's get red, white. We'll just activate. Will he block? No, he won't block. He wants to kill Chandra. I don't think he can with just a 7. But we'll see. I'm holding the March in case I want to March something. If he just attacks Chandra, that's not even that bad. Now he attacks me. It's also not that bad. I'm at 9. He has his Sunfall, maybe? He doesn't have his Sunfall. Wow. Okay. He doesn't have his Sunfall. I could exile the top 5. I think that's probably best. Right? Maybe I'll get a good spell on the top 5. Maybe. Probably not. What can we actually get? The Union's pretty good because we get to draw 2 cards and gain 5 life that way. Ooh.
Got a feeling this'll work.
Yeah, right? I can play 1. You may cast an instant sorcery spell from among the exile cards. I can only cast 1. So, I guess Union is pretty good because I get to Union like 3 times this way. Go for the attack first. Maybe he has a Wandering Emperor. Maybe his last card is an Emperor. No, he takes the damage. That's the case. We'll Union first. How many card draws is that? Draw a card, gain 3 life. Draw a card, gain 4 life. Oh, and we get a Sacred Fire? Insane. Alright, this game is good as done. I'm sure that's an Emperor. But does not help. Alright, GG. So, yeah. You can see how good Boros Control is with Chandra out. And the trick is to get Chandra out, which we can do now that Invoke Despair is getting banned off the wazoo. And that's what I love about what the new meta is going to come, because no Fable, no Invoke, no Bankbuster is not what I really love. I still think they should have banned Thalia, but here it is. Like 2 out of the 3 isn't that bad. So I still call 2 out of the 3 ban, which I think everyone called those at least bans. Invoke, Despair, and Fable the Mirror Breaker are 100% ban-worthy cards. So now, the Boros Chandra deck is one that I really, really love. I think it's a fun deck. It's probably some fine-tuning that needs to be done, but hey, with Chandra out, all these really good spells now get double. We didn't even get to Chandra and Light Up Night on one. That would be insane. Because you saw how at the end we always have a lot of mana. So we only need to do about 7 or 8 damage with Light Up the Night to get to 14, 16 damage. And with Chandra, 7 or 8 damage is only 5 or 6 lands in play. So to play Chandra, we definitely would already have that. And that's how I feel about the deck. It's very strong. I love it. That's all I got for you today. Next time, I'm going to come back with the ban decks. All right, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.